Qwen 3.8 Max Preview came out this week. I tested it across this graphics and game development suite, putting it up against Kimi K3, Claude Fable 5, and GPT-5.6 Soul. Within each test, the target and any required asset are locked, but the agent stacks are different. Qwen uses Qwen Code, Kimi uses Kimi CLI, and the other models use their own stacks. So this is a workflow comparison, not a bare model lab test. There's one important thing to clear up before we get into the results. Every Qwen run here uses Qwen Code on Alibaba's token plan. I'm measuring the full Qwen flow, the model, the agent, and also the plan that it runs on. I recorded the output, time, tokens, and the process around each run. And with Qwen, the process matters a lot because we had to fix its visual feedback path before some of the tests were even fair to judge. The full receipts and setup notes will be on my website. Note, I do not show the cost of the Qwen 3.8 Max Preview test because Alibaba has not yet released token pricing while the model is still available in preview. Anyway, let us begin. First, we have the spaceflight test. The first Qwen failure was not really a clean test of the model. The browser verifier was running on Swift shader, not the actual Apple GPU. In a heavy Three.js scene like this, that can change how the game looks and behaves. I switched it to Metal and verified that it was actually rendering on the Apple M1 Pro. Once Qwen could see the real output, the new problem was image transport. It would put 5 full resolution screenshots in the parent history and every later request kept carrying them along. Eventually the API provider rejected the request at 25 megabytes. So the model could see the game, the client just could not forget the screenshots. To fix that, I compressed the images and the screenshot went to a fresh visual inspector or subagent which returned text only to the parent. So the parent agent never owned the image. This separates the evidence image from the review image and lets the image bytes die when the inspector finishes. That stopped the 413 error, so this is the first Qwen spaceflight run with a working vision pipeline. But after fixing the client vision, Qwen still spawned 26 visual inspectors and 28 total agents. It processed almost 30 million tokens and took just over 2 hours. So the problem was no longer visibility or transport, it was that the agent didn't know when to halt. Now in terms of comparison, I never had any issues with the Kimi CLI compared with Qwen Code. Its vision pipeline worked right out the box. Keep in mind I ran each CLI in YOLO mode, which lets the model make modifications at will to complete, the set objective. But CLI aside, I found it interesting that I had to debug Qwen's vision, later to memory query limits, and rerun the test 3 times. The different approaches across the 3 attempts were interesting to see as well. In the first attempt, where Qwen was effectively blind, the main flaw that stuck out was the spaceship orientation. When you rotate the ship, the stars in the background also rotate to match the POV of the ship. Kimi K3 also does this. The second attempt had the same issue except with the gas clouds being rotating instead of the stars. The design was also sporadic and all over the place. Each generation looked different, from the asteroid design to the scale and even the aesthetic of space that Qwen would choose in each different generation it did. Some attempts look more like GPT, others like Fable, not to say those models own those styles, but it was interesting to see that much variance from one model on the same prompt. In future, I would like to do a best of N comparison instead of a single one-shot approach, but of course that's quite resource intensive. Now looking at the grid, Qwen 3.8 took an hour longer than the rest, and the Attempts 3 aesthetic doesn't really look like any of the other model generations. So let me know in the comment section where you think Qwen places in this one. Next we have the Campfire test, which looks decent, although the trees around the fire look like big triangles, so it didn't put much detail there. When you compare it to Kimi K3, I would say Qwen has a better fire, whereas Kimi tries to make little flames that end up looking like particles. But the Campfire setup looks very similar between the two models, with Qwen taking half the time Kimi K3 did. And then this is how it compares to the other generations. Again, it seems only GPT has a different Campfire design in the way it places the wood and the rocks. Let me know which one you think did best here. Next we have the JRPG battle. Qwen did quite a good job here with the backdrop and floor textures, as well as having everything from the battle system, animation, special effects working. When we compare Kimi K3, Qwen actually has the characters make contact on the physical attacks. In terms of time, it took only 17 minutes longer than Kimi K3 to generate this. Looking at all of them, I would say Qwen's flaw sticks out the most out of the 4, and it looks like it actually took the longest out of the 4 models to generate this output. You can let me know in the comments which one you think looks the best. Next, we have the Jungle Temple test. Compared to the other models of this caliber and size, it did not perform well, and it took 48 minutes to generate this, which is quite interesting considering what it ended up producing. I would give this one to Kimi K3. You could argue Kimi was going for an ancient, long-abandoned temple with a non-functional bridge, but even if we didn't throw it that bone, I can more easily imagine iterating on the Kimi build than the Qwen one, considering how different the outputs are. Now, this is how it compares to the rest of them. It comes in at second longest to generate, which makes the generation speed for GPT-5.6 Soul and Fable 5 very impressive considering the fidelity of their outputs. Next, we have the Outpost generation, and as you can see, obviously the sun is out. When compared to Kimi K3, they took around the same time to generate their outputs. I would still place Kimi K3 ahead, not because of Qwen's exposure, which could be easily fixed, but because Kimi has greater attention to detail in this diorama. Overall, both look quite good, and this Qwen generation does not look as bad as the Jungle Temple one. At least we could work with this. This is how it compares to the other models. Note all of them have different lighting. You can let me know which one you think is the best out of the 4. Next is the Shrine Village, which also has overexposed lighting. The generation features randomly planted bridges and skewed paths to the village houses, as well as choppy stairs. Kimi wins here again. It has a far more coherent scene, whereas Qwen has the correct assets and aesthetic, but is less concerned about asset placement or even the full picture. But it did make sure to pay attention to the big structures in its generation. Compared to the other models, it would be very interesting to see where it would place in a blind vote. Although the overexposure might place it last for many users, it at least has better water than GPT-5.6. Next, we have the Neo-Gothic Storm City. This is the first time I've seen this prompt produce a generation like this. It contains no buildings and even misses the Neo-Gothic aesthetic. Instead, it created chained pins or columns that are laying down, but I will say the water looks decent. Compared to Kimi, its generation was very quick, coming in at 7 minutes and 56 seconds compared to 38 minutes from Kimi. Looking at the models, only GPT-5.6 Soul had a similar generation time with Qwen, although coming at less than 10 minutes compared to Kimi and Fable. And this is just Qwen3.8 Preview. The Qwen team has said that the model's capabilities will get better day by day until its official release. So I wouldn't be surprised if this output improved after this video is published. Next, we have the Cathedral. When comparing it with Kimi K3, it's obvious that both models struggle with this prompt. But I would say Kimi wins out between these two with better lighting and interior detail compared to that of Qwen3.8 Max. But when you bring the other models into play, the generations from Qwen and Kimi look quite primitive in comparison. Feel free to let me know how you think Qwen did on this one. Next is the MacBook Pro test. The first workflow attempt put raw renders back into the parent history and died in a 413 error. In the next attempt, I fixed the transport issue. Qwen passed 49 out of 49 artifact checks in 38 minutes. The passing file was saved and independently passed again, so the objective build was a pass. But Qwen then kept going. It exceeded the inspector and correction limits and never reached a clean final declaration. I think the fairest classification is the build passed, but the agent process operationally did not terminate. Given its vision pipeline issues over long horizon tasks that require frequent visual input, it was not able to adequately create a MacBook Pro advertisement scene like the other models, so it ends up falling short. But you can see the potential of the model once this is fully patched by the Qwen team. Granted, this test is only one shot. If given additional human input and iteration, I'm confident Qwen can match the output of the other models' one-shot outputs. So this is the actual light plan usage evidence for Qwen's run. This is what the recorded workflow actually used. So 77% of the weekly quota, meaning 97 million tokens and an 89% cache hit rate. Keep in mind that also includes failures, such as debugging the vision pipeline issue. Thanks for watching. Do check out RemakeBench.com for the full testing notes and also the exact Qwen code changes and the long failure receipts if you want to go through them. You can also blind vote on the results there and vote on which model and generation looked the best. Have a good one.